Welcome back to No Fall Weddings, week 2 edition. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Everybody talked about this being a weak slate. And you know what? They weren't exactly wrong, but us sickos, we don't care. We watch regardless. And how were we rewarded? Upsets, overtimes, crazy last second touchdowns, and rivals losing in primetime. Let's start with that. Michigan. How's that $11 million investment going? Oklahoma takes care, not exactly smoothly, of the Wolverines 24-13 last night. So this is the second straight week I've had to listen to all this nonsense hype of a touted generational quarterback and watch him fall all over his face the minute he faces a real team with a decent defense. Good old Dave Portnoy, aka the most punchable face in sports media, on Big Noon Kickoff called him potentially the greatest freshman quarterback. No, not just quarterback, the greatest freshman player in the history of college football. This is after I had to hear people like Paul Feinbaum talk about Arch Manning for 3 months, saying that he might be the greatest college football player of all time, regardless of year. Can these players accomplish anything before we just start glazing them and all this hyperbole about greatest ever? Please. Bryce Underwood last night, number one recruit, all this money, all this hype, 9 for 24 for 142 yards. 40 of those came on a deep ball that he completely underthrew and was a hell of a catch by the receiver. And it's not like Oklahoma has been known for its defense the last few years, despite their head coach. They've been run over, they've been thrown over, especially since they got to the SEC. They've not been a good defense. So, them looking like an elite defense last night, I'm putting that more on the Michigan offense and its hyped quarterback. Normally, I would give these young quarterbacks some leniency. I mean, they're going on the road, hostile environment. They barely played. They don't get a preseason like the NFL. But when you hype these players up and talk about them like they're going to be the next great thing without doing anything, I'm going to crush you. It just is what it is. I'm not feeling sorry for you. This was Oklahoma's special teams last night. Missed field goal, muff punt, drop kick return, and running into the punter penalty. Without all those miscues, I think Oklahoma wins by 20, 25 plus. But I got to talk about Oklahoma's quarterback for a second. He is a wild watching experience. He's an absolute monster running the ball and creating plays out of the pocket, but he has what I would call an aggressive sidearm throw. And it's pretty terrifying every time he throws it in the pocket. Where is this one going to go? Extremely fun to watch, but he is definitely going to cost them a game or two because of how he plays. But it wasn't this one. Thank you, Woso. Thank you, Oklahoma, for taking down that team up north. Oh, come here. It's your turn. What do you want to say this week? You got to say into the mic.
Go Michigan, go Lions.
Oh, Michigan. Hail to the losers, Valiant. Hail to the losers. Go home. Hail, hail to loser, Michigan. The rest of the college football slate yesterday was filled with a lot of blowouts by the top teams, including Ohio State, Penn State, Miami, Texas. I got to shout out Oregon. My God. Yeah, they blew out a team 69-3. You would think, oh, was it, Central Valley, Mississippi? No, it was Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State. What has happened? Mike Gundy, you're not a man. You're not 40 anymore. What happened? 69-3. You're still a Power 5 team. Wasn't that long ago that you were vying for a national championship? Des Bryant, Justin Blackman, Brandon Whedon. My God, I think something's got to change there. But Oregon, no one's really talking about them right now because you got Ohio State and Penn State up at the top of the Big Ten. They look like they reloaded. There are also some closer games that some teams probably didn't think they would be in a battle for. Clemson, coming off a home loss to LSU, was down 16-0 to Troy, who I remember a while ago beat LSU. So Troy's done some things to some big teams, but Clemson figured it out, ended up winning 27-6. LSU, speaking of, slept walked over Louisiana Tech. Pretty boring. Georgia less than impressive over Austin Prey, but then there's the upsets. South Florida going into the swamp and beating the Gators. Little chip shot field goal at the buzzer. That's how you do it. And how did they get down into that position? Because a Florida player spit on an opponent. No, we're not talking about Dak and Jalen Carter in the Cowboys Eagles game. We're talking about another spitting incident. How? How? Is this becoming an epidemic? There's no way that player did not watch that happen Thursday night, national television, to the biggest NFL teams there are, and then proceeded to go, you know what? I'm going to do that on Saturday. That's crazy. What is with the spitting? Everybody needs to take a cool, deep breath and please stop. It's gross. All right, let's go with our play of the day, which kind of coincides with another really good game. Mississippi State was hosting number 12 Arizona State. Sneaky good game that was happening during the Oklahoma Michigan game. And Mississippi State, all their cowbells up 17 nothing. And Mississippi State proceeded to slowly choke it away. Or Arizona State takes the lead with about 50 seconds to go. Brutal. But then
2 plays to get 9 yards to keep the game going. Pressure was picked up. Shapen, wide open, caught across the middle. Thompson, touchdown!
Gotta have more cowbell, baby. All right, looking forward to next week. We got some games. Texas A&M going up to South Bend to play Notre Dame. Notre Dame coming off that brutal loss against Miami. Had a week off, recharge, just like last year. Restart, make a run towards the playoff. Georgia at Tennessee. That's where game day is going to be. SEC slate starting already. Love it. USF, who beat Florida and beat Boise State in week 1, is going for the 3rd straight top 25 win when they go down to Miami. We got Florida going to LSU, which probably looked like a bigger game until Florida choked that one against USF, but you never know. And then a sneaky good one, Clemson at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech has looked really good the first 2 weeks. Clemson lost and should have almost lost to Troy. So is Dabo going to figure it out? I hope not. Thank you for watching No Fall Weddings. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe. Part of the co-working it universe. Oh, man. Is it not great to have college football back? Saturdays are awesome again. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Boomer. Sooner.